Hello, besties, and welcome to another episode of Let's Talk, Bestie. This is the podcast that is as bubbly as your favorite glass of champagne and as cozy as a chat with your best friend. And I am your host, Maryland, here to spill the tea on everything from relationships to self-care to life, love, and all the adventures in between. So get ready with me to laugh, to learn, and to become the best version of yourself. Grab your headphones, bestie, and your favorite beverage because we are about to dive deep into the world of self-growth, self-discovery, and a whole lot of fun. So without further ado, here's my next episode. Hey there, love bugs. Welcome back to another episode of your new favorite podcast with your favorite host, me, Marilyn. I hope you all have enjoyed your week, that you been getting ready for the upcoming holidays and experiences in this new season of fall. I don't like the cold very much, and it's starting to get cold. Hopefully, it's not going to be a very snowy winter for us in the northeast coast. So today, I want to talk to you about the difference between companionship and relationship. And this is a topic that has caught my attention because I recently was watching a video on social media that came up on my feed, and it was very interesting because if this was the topic of conversation about an epidemic. Can you believe that? I was like surprised when I heard this, and I did a little digging, and in fact it is true. The Surgeon General of the United States has declared a public health crisis and a loneliness epidemic that is happening right now. And apparently there's multiple reasons why this is happening. One of them is attributed to social media because people get isolated through social media sometimes, feelings of loneliness and isolation, and also the distorted reality that people perceive through social media, comparing themselves to other people and feeling like they're not good enough. Also, the technology. While the technology has made things easier more than ever for people to stay connected all over the world. I mean, it's super easy to talk to people from anywhere in the world through your phone, through your social media. It also has made it easier for people to disconnect physically from those close to us. For example, we spend more time texting or sending messages to our friends and family than what we actually do spend talking to them in person. Even sometimes we are at a dinner, we are at a table with friends, we're hanging out with family or friends, and people are more on their phones than they are actually having conversations with people. Another reason why this is happening is because people are moving more now, leaving their hometowns, looking for new life in other places. Building relationship has become a lot more difficult when you move out of your hometown, for example, or new city, because it's harder to make new friends, and that makes people feel isolated. So, one of the things that I would like to bring into the discussion is how these play a role in the dating scene, right? Because we now have the apps that everybody and their mother uses to connect with people for dating purposes, right? And how can we avoid or identify falling in the trap of the companionship or the relationship question? Because we might come across somebody on the dating app saying that they're ready to date and be in a relationship when in reality they might just craving for company and not really have what it takes to be in a relationship. So let's discuss some of the key differences between the two. And companion is somebody that you want to enjoy spending time with, right? You can be companionship to a friend. You can have companionship from a family member. You can have companionship for even coworkers. Companions provide us with an emotional support and redundantly companionship. And they are people that we turn to when we need to talk, when we need to laugh, when we want to hang out. A relationship, on the other hand, is something more than just companionship. It's a deeper level of connection with somebody else. And relationships obviously have more compromise. There's love, there's commitment, there's intimacy. And definitely you can have companionship in a relationship, but you cannot have a relationship when you want just companionship. So how do you know when somebody is looking for companionship or relationship? Let's go over some of the key topics to identify it. You ask, what are the goals? What are the goals that people have when they want to get into a relationship? What do they want to get out of the relationship? Are you looking for someone to just spend time with, to have fun with, or are you looking for somebody to build a future with? Okay, this is a very good question, especially early on when you're starting meeting somebody. Another good question is, what are your needs? What do you need from a partner? Do you need somebody for emotional support or somebody who you can be physically affectionate with or somebody that can be intellectually stimulating to you? What are your values? What is important to you in a relationship? What do you value? Is it honesty, trust, communication? Do you want the other person to share those values with you? Another way to see if the person is looking for companionship versus a relationship is to pay attention to their actions. What do they do when they're with you? How do they act? Do they make an effort to get to know you at a deeper level? Do they introduce you to their friends and family? Do they talk about future plans with you? Listen to their words. What do they say about the relationship? Do they talk about wanting to find a partner to settle down with? Or do they say that they're happy with their current situation or relationship status? Or you can also ask them directly. If you're not sure what somebody's looking for, it's always the best thing to ask them directly and be honest and open about it, because communication is one of the key elements in any relationship, okay? Another key aspect is, what is their dating history? It's important to pay attention to this. Are they someone who dates casually and often? Or do they tend to stay in relationships for long periods of time? Listen to their friends and family. What do they say about the person? Do they talk about them as a potential long-term partner? Or do they see them as more of a casual friend? Ask yourself also, how do you feel about this person? Do you feel a strong emotional connection with them? Do you see yourself building a future with them? Because these things are really important and will help you to determine if you're heading into a companionship or a relationship or what the other person is actually looking for. Because companionship is often more casual, less demanding than a relationship. It's more like, let's hang out, let's go to the movies, let's go eat, let's have some time together, chill. You may not need to invest as much time and energy into a companionship as you would into building a relationship. You know, there's a higher level of emotional intimacy in a relationship than it is in a companionship. You should be more likely to share your deepest thoughts, feelings with your partner than you would with a companion, because there's a trust that you're building with them. There's a connection, a deeper connection, and you want to share with this person more about yourself. You know, also relationships oftentimes have a more of a long-term focus than a companionship. You want to build with this person. You see yourself in a long-term commitment with this person, wanting to build a future with this partner. You don't see yourself doing that with someone that you just see as a companion. It's very important to remember that there's no right or wrong, okay? People will want to be a companionship type of situation, and it's fine. Same thing, if they just want to have a relationship, it's fine too. The important thing here is that both of you are on the same page about what do you want and where are you heading to. Because this is going to eliminate uncertainty, confusion, and feelings of being led on or not being truthful, and situationships that will end up in something that is not the ideal results. Okay? If you're not sure what someone is looking for, it's always best to ask them, and also for you to be clear about what do you want. Be honest and open about what are your own feelings and what are your expectations, so that you can see if both of you are in the same page and wanting the same thing. If you are feeling lonely and you want companionship, it's important that you identify this, because you don't want to say that you want to be in a relationship if you're really not ready to be in a relationship. And also, loneliness can have a lot of negative consequences, both for our health and our well-being. And there's a high risk of depression, anxiety, heart disease, and a lot of other complications that can come from feelings of loneliness that can even take years out of our life. So if you're feeling like you're struggling with loneliness, instead of jumping into a dating app and trying to be in a relationship if you're not ready, let me give you some tips that might help you and make things a little less lonely for you and better for you. You can reach out to loved ones. You can make an effort to try to spend more time with your friends and your family. Even if it's only over the phone or video call or a quick visit if you have people near you. Find things to do in your community. get involved. There's a lot of volunteer opportunities. There are probably clubs or groups of things of interest for you. Like me, for example, I love doing meetup groups. I go in the meetup groups and I go to these dancing events. I love dancing, and I go there and I enjoy myself. I meet new people. I dance. I have a good time, and it helps me to socialize a little more. I also do volunteer work with the Pet Adoption League, and I help with the little kittens that are waiting to be adopted. That's another thing that I love doing. Volunteer is very rewarding, and if you like to do something that is fulfilling for you, that brings you purpose and brings you joy, I really recommend that you find something that helps you feel that way and keeps you entertained, occupied, socializing, and doing something positive for yourself. And ultimately, if you feel that you're struggling with coping with loneliness, please get professional help. Get a therapist, get a counselor. You don't have to be alone. You're not alone. There's millions of people around the world that are feeling lonely, and there are many, many ways that they can find the help and support that they need instead of jumping into a dating app and trying to build relationships when they're really not emotionally ready for it. Okay, my loves, this is the episode for today. I hope that it has been helpful to you, that you learned something from it that is beneficial for you in some way. I will really appreciate if you leave your comment, if you leave your like, if you let me know how this episode and this information was helpful to you. If you feel that this can help other people, please share it. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and for your support, I truly, truly thank you. And the next episode is going to go live on Sunday. So be on the lookout, subscribe to the channel, turn on the notifications so you know when the new episode is coming. And until next time, I'll see you, my lovelies, besties. Okay? Ta-da!